Start winning at the races with Daily Racing Form's new mobile pass performances, featuring exclusive buyer speed figures and expert analysis and selections. Go to drf.com/best and get the power of DRF in the palm of your hand. Dan Illman, Mike Beer, race number 7 at Keeneland on Saturday is the Grade 1 Ashland Stakes. Let's take a look at the field. 3-year-old fillies on the road to the Kentucky Oaks. We're going a mile and a 16th. This race kicks off a 50-cent pick for Venetian Harbor, Grade 2 Stakes winner, second in the fantasy last time out, behind Swiss Skydiver, the morning line favorite in the Bluegrass. She's got big early speed, Mike. I think she's the one to catch.
Yeah, I mean, that looks like her major advantage in this race. Not that she probably isn't as talented as anyone in this field, but it just looks like she's the lone speed in here.
Alta's Award is the number 1, 20-1 on the morning line for a Steve Asmussen trained runner. This horse just didn't fire last time out at Churchill behind She Dares the Devil, a horse that just won the Indiana Oaks earlier in the week. The buyers are going the wrong way for Alta's Award, a horse that showed some potential when the beaten favorite behind She Dares the Devil in the Honeybee.
Yeah, she ran a lot better behind that horse in the Honeybee to just, to finish a pretty close second. I don't know what happened last time. That was not a good performance. We'll see if she can rebound. She's a price if you like her.
Venetian Harbor burst onto the scene with her first 2 dirt starts, winning both of them by a combined 20 lengths, and that made her the odds-on favorite in this race, the Grade 3 Fantasy, and she went fast early. She opened up a big lead going into the first turn. She tried to back down the pace. Swiss Skydiver got right on top of her, and as they turn into the stretch of the Fantasy, Venetian Harbor still has the lead, but Swiss Skydiver is going to run her down. Venetian Harbor finishes second. Are you a little bit worried about the mile and a 16th? I mean, I know she was a mile better than a good horse and She Dares the Devil in this race, but she didn't see out the trip.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure the pace had something to do with it in this race. But yeah, I do think that's the big question that she's going to have to answer going forward, Dan, is, how far does she want to go? Her advantage in this race is the pace just cannot be like it was in the fantasy last time. There's really no speed to go with her. And if she gets to the front here and is able to relax, she's going to be very, very hard to run down, I think.
Let's pump up the Timeform US pace projector real quick. We've got Venetian Harbor out there on the lead, and it might be a lonely one. Speech, who is likely to scratch out of the Beaumont on Friday to run in here, has the tactical speed certainly to be close, but doesn't have Venetian Harbor's early lick. And really, it's whether Joel Rosario, who rode this horse to the big win sprinting 3 starts back, can get this horse to relax on the lead, because if that's the case, she could be long gone. Conversely, at the back of the pack is the 3 Bonnie South, and this is a well-bred Juddmonte filly that's looked good in her last 2 races. I like the way she won at Oaklawn over She Dares the Devil 2 starts back. She didn't break that well. She was 4 wide and in between horses at the half. And then she was able to just wear those horses down. And then she came right back and she won the Fairgrounds Oaks the day Finite didn't fire. She has improved with blinkers. She needs to improve from a buyer standpoint.
Yeah, I mean, she's going to need a trip in this race, too, because if the pace isn't there for her, it could really work against her. I'll admit that I wasn't, really sold on her when she won 2 back. That was a very fast pace that I felt like she maybe took advantage a little bit. Starting to turn around on her after that last one, though, Dan. I really liked her win last time.
Envoutante has won her last 2 dirt races very easily, and I like the fact that she's showed varying running styles. Gate-to-wire performance 3 starts back, came from off the pace nicely last time out. That was a really smooth 4-wide bid she put on the turn to take over at the quarter pole, and while she didn't change leads in the stretch, that's just kind of her. She won nicely with an 86 buyer. Now she gets the class quiz.
Yeah, and I think she deserves the chance, too. I really liked her win last time. That was a nice performance. They took her off the pace there, Dan. I wonder if they'll go more forward with her this time, because if you go back to her prior races, especially on the dirt, she was more of a speed type. The maiden race where she finished second back in March, she didn't get to the lead that day, but she stumbled very badly at the start of that race. And after that, right on the lead in her next 2 races, she's going to be closer to the pace this time.
Tonalist Shape, the number 5, has won a couple of graded stakes races. She's What is she? 6 for 7 in her career. Let's watch the last race. The Hollywood Wildcat. They dropped her in class after the Gulfstream Oaks, a race in which she didn't get close to a pace on a day where you wanted to be on the lead. And Tonalist Shape's win in this race is perhaps more workmanlike than anything else. 78 Beyer speed figure. It's really interesting to me that Safi Joseph's putting blinkers on. Whatever happened to if it ain't broke, don't fix it. She's 6 for 7 lifetime. Why the blinks? But she is working very fast recently. And I'm assuming she's been doing it in blinkers.
Yeah, I agree. That's an interesting point, though, that they're going to make a change here. I don't know what that's about. We'll see what happens. I mean, she has run a couple of really solid figures. It feels like she's the kind of horse who almost, maybe the blinkers are on because it seems like she only does what she has to do to win her races, and she doesn't give anything else in those races. So we'll see. Maybe it'll help her just focus a little bit. I'm a big fan of hers, Dan. I've liked her from day one, and I'm not really off her in this race, but this is a much tougher spot.
Speech, the number 6, well, she's been in against some toughies, and she deserves to get to the winner's circle one of these days. She was in against Donna Veloci, who was arguably the best 3-year-old filly in the country back in early March when she won the Santa Isabel. Then she ran into Gamine, and she might get placed first if Gamine is disqualified for a medication overage in that race. She really made Gamine work in that spot. And then in this race, the Santa Anita Oaks, she happened to catch Swiss Skydiver in a short field in a race where Swiss Skydiver got loose. But let's give Speech some credit. This horse is all try in the stretch. She is doing her absolute best. She just can't get to a very talented filly.
Yeah, true enough. I mean, she ran well in here, obviously ran really well 2 starts back. Even before that, Dan, not only the Donna Veloci race, the race before that, the allowance race, sprinting, that horse that beat her, Alberge, is looks like a really talented Baffert horse. I don't know. She hasn't had any luck at all. I don't know how much luck she got in this race, though, either, Dan. I mean, the favorite's going to be loose on the lead, and I don't know that Speech is going to be able to run her down.
I think Javier is going to try to play this the way they tried to play Swiss Skydiver's performance against Venetian Harbor. Get up close to the pace and try to outstay her if you can in a short field. I think she'll be sitting second early. Let's take a look at our top picks for the Grade 1 Ashland. Venetian Harbor has a pace edge. She has a strong Beyer speed figure edge other than the 97 Beyer that Speech earned 2 starts back. I think they might run 1-2 around the track. You're going to try to get Envoûtante into the number.
Yeah, I will try to get her in there. I almost put her on top. I'm a fan of hers, and I think she has a lot more upside. But man, Venetian Harbor's pace advantage, it's supposed to be pretty tough to overcome here.
2643 for me, 2453 for Mike. It's the Grade 1 Ashland. It's a super card at Keeneland on Saturday, and the Ashland has an approximate post of 424 Eastern. Good luck.